Okay friends, welcome back to my videos again. So today we're gonna do examples of quadratic formula, quadratic equations solved by quadratic formula. Okay, so I tried to do at least 5 or 6 examples for you today. But for all of these, I'm gonna use the quadratic formula. So first one would be x to the power 2 plus 5x is equal to 0. Okay, so here the a, let's identify a, b, c. A is 1, b is 5, and where is the c? So it's not there, so we assume it to be 0. So the roots would be minus b plus and minus b squared minus 4 times a, c, and c is 0 over 2 times a. So the answers would be negative 5 plus and minus. So this part, right? Minus 4 times 1 times 0, it's 0. So radical 25 is 5 over 2. Okay, so let's find the answers. The first answer is negative 5 plus 5 divided by 2. The second answer is negative 5 over 2. So the first answer is 0. The second answer is negative 5. Okay, so that means I got 2 answers. And let's see if both of them, let's substitute and see if both of them are correct answer. So if x1 is equal to 0, I substituted back here, so it would be 0 plus 5 times 0, it's equal to 0. Yes. Now let's try the other one. If x1 is equal to negative 5, so x to the power 2, it's 25 plus 5 times negative 5. 25 minus 25, it's 0. So both answers are correct. Okay, so 2 answers, 0 and negative 5, and as you can see, c is 0. So any of like b or c could be 0, but a can never be 0, because if it's 0, then it turns out to a linear equation. It wouldn't be quadratic anymore. So let's do another question for you guys. So the second equation would be x2 plus 11x plus 18 equal to 0. Okay, so here again, a, b, c. A is 1, b is 11, c is 18. I just substituted negative b plus and minus b squared minus 4 times 1, 18, 2 times a. So x would be negative 11 plus and minus. So here under the radical, it's 72. So I have 121 minus 72, which is 49. Okay, so 49 over 2. So the first answer would be negative 1 plus 7 divided by 2. x2 would be negative 11, negative 7 divided by 2. So from here, the first answer is negative 2. From here, the second answer would be negative 9. Let's do a few more examples. And practice. Practice makes perfect. So let's do one example when the a is not 1. Like if you pay attention to these 2 examples, the coefficient of x to the power 2, it's 1. But right now I want to do another example in which the coefficient is not 1. So let's do 4x to the power 2 minus 20x plus 16, it's equal to negative 8. Such a good example. So first of all, I want to bring everything to one side, identify a, b, c, and then put it in the formula and then find the answer. Okay, so 4x2 minus 2x plus 16. Okay, so here in order to get rid of the 8 and bring it to this side, I add 8 to both sides. So 16 plus 8 is 24 equal to 0. Okay, I want to solve this from two different methods. So first method, A is 4, B it's negative 20, C it's 24. Well, actually it's the same method, but I want to solve it without simplifying and with simplifying and show you that the final answer doesn't change. So let's substitute it in the formula. Negative b plus and minus b squared 400 minus 4 times 4 and 24. So 96 times 4. Okay, 400 minus 90. 400 minus 96 times 4. It's 16. So under the radical, it's 16. And then over 2 times a. So x1 would be 20 plus 4 divided by 8. X2 would be 20 minus 4 divided by 8. So here the answer is 3. Here's the answer is 2. Okay. So far, this method, I didn't simplify without simplification. Okay. But I want to show you something really interesting. Let's go back to my equation, this one. So if you look closely, I can factorize a 4. And then x to the power 2 minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay? So now I have two parentheses multiplied to one another equal to 0. So 4, when we have two different parentheses or even more, and they are equal to 0, each of these parentheses could be a potential 0. That means this could be a 0, this could be, or this one, or this one. Here, the first parenthesis is number 4, which is definitely not a 0 and can never be a 0, okay, because it's 4. So what does it mean? That means x to the power 2 minus 5x plus 6 could be a 0. Okay, so from here, let's identify A, B, and C. Okay, so x 1 and 2 would be negative b plus and minus b squared minus 4 times ac over 2 times a. So let's simplify under the radical. So under the radical would be 25 minus 24, which is 1. So here I have 5 plus and minus 1 over 2. So the first answer would be 5 plus 1 divided by 2. The second one would be 5 minus 1 divided by 2. So the first answer would be 3. The second answer would be 2. And if you look closely, that's exactly the same as this one. Okay, so this one is with simplification, right? Simplification. So you can see if we simplify or factorize before putting it into the equation, we still get the same answers, but then we're dealing with the smaller numbers. So my suggestion to you, try to simplify before jumping into, the quadratic formula. Try to simplify it first, like compare these two together. Here you're dealing with negative 5 and 6, but here it's 4, negative 20 and 24. It's much easier to work with the smaller numbers. And you see, it doesn't change your final values. Please follow me for more examples on quadratic formula and more videos on different topics on math. See you next time.